Hi everyone, here with Tom Loeffler of K2 Promotions. Tom, we're just about a month and a half away from March 18. Gennady Golovkin versus Danny Jacobs at the Madison Square Garden. First of all, how are you feeling? You know, it's a great fight with two of the top middleweights.
It's absolutely the two best middleweights in the world, and that's really what the fans are reacting to. When the best are fighting the best. Gennady's undefeated, 23 knockouts in a row. Danny Jacobs has 12 knockouts in a row, one of the biggest punchers in the sport of boxing. Whenever you can overwhelm, like Danny did, Peter Cullen, who was undefeated at the time in the first round, and that's a huge statement for Danny Jacobs and his punching power. So it's two huge punchers meeting each other in the ring. There's not going to be any running. I don't think there's going to be any controversial decisions. I think we're not going to see the 12th round in that fight, and that's really what the fans have reacted to.
Last time Gennady was in New York, he had a very good reaction with Golovkin Lemieux. We're expecting it to be a sellout. Can you talk to us about how that's going and what are your pay-per-view expectations?
Well, the Lemieux fight was sold out at MSG. That was in October of 2015, and the ticket sales are way above that. I think a large part because Gennady is much more known, much more popular than he was when he was trying to unify with Lemieux. And clearly we have to give a lot of credit to Danny Jacobs. He's got a big fan base. Both Gennady and Danny have really gone out of their way to promote the fight. We had the press tour, and it's a pleasure working with two great ambassadors for the sport of boxing who are there to promote the sport and promote the fight the right way. And again, the fans are reacting to two great champions fighting each other. They don't have to throw tables or do crazy things at the press conferences. It's just a matter of the fans who want to see this tremendous matchup, and that's the response we've gotten.
Exactly, it's going to be a terrific fight. And when we talked to Gennady at the press conference announcement, he mentioned to several people that he's tired of talking about Canelo. He's tired of that question. But I'll ask you, since you're in the business side, it's your responsibility to look into the future and prepare ahead. How confident are you that fight between Gennady Golovkin and Canelo will happen this September?
Look, Gennady might be tired talking about Canelo because he's 100% focused on Danny Jacobs. That's the fight that's signed. That's the fight that's scheduled for March 18th. I never get tired talking about Canelo because I think that's a great matchup. If there's a way we can work out the deal with Golden Boy, I've been in regular contact with Garrett Gomez, and they have the fight scheduled against Chavez in May. But if there's a way where both guys win, and both are in very dangerous fights, if both guys win, I think that's a fight that everyone would look forward to. But my job is to look ahead, try to make the matchups for Gennady because it's so difficult getting guys in the ring to fight him, and at the same time, Gennady or Canelo can't overlook their fighters because if there's a misstep there, it doesn't matter what plans I make for the future. Those all go out the window. So they're definitely focused on this fight, and it's my job to try to put the best fights together for them in the future.
Right. And how do you see that fight between Canelo and Chavez Jr.?
I think it's a dangerous fight. I think Canelo went from fighting junior middleweight to super middleweight without stopping at middleweight in between. So he's definitely going to be fighting the bigger guy. Chavez is known for putting on a lot of weight. Canelo also puts on a lot of weight, but we saw what Chavez did to Sergio Martinez. He lost the fight, but he won that 12th round, knocked down Sergio a couple times in that last round, and Sergio was never the same with a knee injury. And Chavez is a big puncher, so I think that's a great matchup. I think that's great. It's a great marketable fight against two great Mexican warriors, and if Gennady and Canelo are successful, it just makes their matchup that much more marketable.
When Canelo was saying that he wouldn't go up to 160 for Gennady and then he jumped up to 164.5 for Chavez Jr., did you guys think like, oh, what happened here?
Well, Abel's been pretty outspoken. Look, I think it's like certain scenarios for certain fights. There's a lot of people that have kind of swerved out of the way of Gennady. I mean, Carl Froch has a famous saying, just swerve swerve him like the plague. And I think a lot of that's happened with a lot of guys. A lot of champions in the middleweight division have really avoided Gennady. That's why we're so excited about this fight with Danny Jacobs. I mean, there really can be no criticism at this fight at all, because it's truly the two best middleweights fighting each other. And even though Canelo bypassed middleweight, I mean, it's not an easy fight. Fighting Chavez in the super middleweight division is a big step for him. And all the representations that we've gotten from Golden Boy is, if he's successful, we're really going to try to make that fight in September.
Before I let you go, if I can have your thoughts on another mega fight of Joshua Klitschko, what are your thoughts on that, and how's everything going with that?
Well, that's when you talk about mega fight, that's really the best way to characterize it. You got two great heavyweights. You got the young lion, undefeated Anthony Joshua against veteran Vladimir Klitschko, who has such a historic run. I mean, Vladimir was making the defenses look so easy. They were looking uncompetitive, and now he's got a huge challenge in front of him. Both guys do, actually. I mean, I think it's the toughest fight for both guys in their careers, and the fans have responded to that. Anthony Joshua has a huge fan base in the UK. Selling out Wembley Stadium, 90,000 tickets. Vladimir has a lot of fans coming, and that's a great matchup where you have the classic young lion versus the established, experienced veteran, and that's a tremendous fight.
2017 is definitely the year of boxing as we see it. We cannot wait for Gennady Golovkin, Danny Jacobs, and of course Joshua Klitschko. Thank you so much, Tom. Always a pleasure talking to you.
It was great talking to you.